So let's carry on with mitosis. Good, right, okay, we need to complete this table. Number of chromosome an egg cell has is 23. That is called a haploid cell. Red blood cell has 0 chromosomes, and a white blood cell has 46 chromosomes. This is called a diploid cell. Remember what we said about a red blood cell? It's biconcave, its shape looks like this. It is a biconcave shape. And what was the benefit of that? It increases the, now watch this, I'm going to write this in shorthand, surface area. Okay, and what's that better for? It makes diffusion of oxygen more efficient. You can do it quicker, right? And it has no nucleus. What's the better of no nucleus? It has more room or capacity for hemoglobin or globin, so it can carry more oxygen around the body. That's it. This bit's extra anyway. Some cells divide by mitosis and other cells divide by meiosis. Mitosis is used in the process of growth. What other processes is used? Mitosis is used for cell repair or body repair, cell repair. So if when cells are damaged and you need to replace them, yeah. And also asexual reproduction. Remember we said there's 2 types of reproduction. One is sexual and one is, right, look, it's sexual with an A in front of it. That A tells you not or no or away from or yeah, none. So sexual will require pollen and an ovum, and asexual, what happens is there's a plant, these are the roots, it will fire off a runner. That's one way it does it. Fires off a runner, it goes away from the parent, it goes down and establishes roots, and its own right it becomes a plant on its own. Right, describe how the chromosomes of a human cell produced by meiosis differ from a human cell produced by mitosis. Right, meiosis, remember what we said about mito. Mitosis. So it's mito, and mito is part of my body. So mitosis produces body cells. So meiosis produces not body cells but sex cells. And what do we call those? Gametes. Right. They are 23 chromosomes, whilst mitosis produces body cells, soma cells, and are 46 chromosomes. Meiosis. Right, okay. 46 chromosomes are called diploid cells, and 23 chromosomes are called haploid cells. Okay. Name the male part of a flowering plant where cells divide by meiosis. So where is the pollen produced? It's in the anther. Right, what we're going to do, see if we can get through this. Right, we need to describe, and fill this in. Okay, hormones are chemicals that are produced by the endocrine. I think we've done this before. Glands, and are secreted into the blood or plasma, you can put. The hormones are then transported to target cells in another part of the body. Males have testes that produce the sex hormone called testosterone. Females have ovaries that produce the sex hormone called estrogen. So they produce estrogen and progesterone. The pancreas produces hormones that regulate blood glucose. One of these hormones is called insulin and stimulates the conversion of blood glucose into glycogen in the liver, or you could put muscles. Another hormone causes the heart rate to increase in response to danger. This is called adrenaline. I think this was done in another topic paper as well. Right. So what we've got here is this. So we need to pick one of these words and fill this in. Right. Embryos develop in the uterus in humans. Uterus. So what I do is I go through the ones that I know straight off. Fertilization takes place in the fallopian tube. Gametes are brought together by copulation. Male gametes are made in the gonads of the male, which are called the testes, and female gametes are made in the other gonad, which is called the ovary. Right. Female gametes are made in the ovule. So what was it? Remember you had this structure is the ovary, and you've got ovules here. This is the ovule, and inside you've got the ovum. So the ovule produces the egg inside. Male gametes are made in the anther. So then you've got this little bauble at the top. So this here is called the stigma, and this long bit is called the style. That's for the complete thing. Gametes are brought together by pollination. Fertilization takes place in the ovule, and embryos develop in the seed. Okay, there you go. This actually is a good table to. That is a good table to have and learn that. Right, we've got cell division in an organism can take place by mito and meio. Mito is body cells, and these are gametes or sex cells. Right, how does mito different from meio? Right, so it's gone the other way around. In the previous question, they asked us to write it the other way around. Meio instead of mito. So everything we've written there, we can literally write here. So okay, mitosis is used for growth and repair and asexual reproduction. Right, there is no genetic variation. So that means genetically they're all the same, all the body cells are. Right, the number of chromosomes the number of chromosomes stays the same. So what happens is you've got a body cell, it's got 46 chromosomes. When it divides, it still has 46 chromosomes. Okay. Right, okay. In here, there is only one cell division. There's only one cell division, and you end up with two daughter cells. Right, whilst with meiosis, you have two cell divisions, and you end up with four daughter cells. Okay, and these produce mitosis produces diploid cells to make for body cells. Okay, so it was the opposite of that. So that's the thing, you've got to be able to flip between. I think I would have been better off answering that from the point of view of meiosis instead of mitosis, which is fair enough. Right, okay, let's move on with this. This is a difficult one, see, even on yeah. So can you see, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can see 7 cells that are dividing by mitosis. Right, so if you want to work out the mitotic index, Number of cells showing mitosis divided by the total number of cells. Whoa. Right, okay. So they've given, I thought they were going to ask you to count that. Right, so how many cells are there altogether? There's 9. Let's write it down here. 9 plus 110 is 119. And so there's 9 cells showing mitosis out of a total of 119. And we want a percentage, so times 100. And you should get about 7.56. Right, sometimes it's difficult to obtain accurate data to calculate the mitotic index, right? Because sometimes it's difficult to see and count the number of mitotic cells. Secondly, I suppose you need a you may not have a high enough resolution microscope to be able to see them or count them properly. It's sometimes difficult to see chromosomes, and if you've got layers of cells, it might be easy just to miss the number of cells. Right, let's have a look. 7. Okay, let's try to squeeze this onto this video. Right. I think this is food chain. Right, you have 2 heterozygous fruit flies mated. Remember we said heterozygous means you've got 2 genes coding for the same feature, H, let's just say those are for height. This is homozygous, meaning the same. If you have H and lowercase h, tall and short, this is heterozygous. So they're the same, You can also have homozygous as short and short. So this is also homozygous. So they're saying you've got 2 heterozygous fruit flies mated. The number of long-winged and short-winged offspring produced are shown below. So you can see that there's 3 times as much. So this is what they're trying to say. What they say, long-winged, H and H and H. You can tell, look, these 2, so this is one parent and this is another parent, parent 2. So H and H produce HH, capital H, capital H. This is H. Oh, does it say dominant? It doesn't. Right, okay, so let me get that. Is that right? Can we get rid of that? Let's just get rid of I'll start that again. Right. So it'll be H, lowercase h. So you've got H. That gives you a long-winged. You've got H. Because this is dominant, you're going to get long-winged. So if you have H, it becomes long. And it is a dominant. That means it will always be featured in a H big H, lower H. We'll come across that later. So you've got H and small h, and you've got H and H. So this fly here will produce a short-winged fly, offspring. So these three here, 1, 2, 3. So if you look, that is 600 and that is 200. And this is 3 times more. So these three are long-winged and these are short-winged. So take one of the boxes, show number of offspring that is likely to be hetero. Heterozygote. Right, yeah. So if you look carefully, that this is hetero and this is hetero. So we're expecting a half of these to be hetero. So if you get, or if we just even, what you can do, look, the easiest way to do it is 612 divided by 3 equals 204, and then we need to double it. It becomes 408. So we want that. I wouldn't worry about this. This is more based around here. And even then, I had to change this when the penny dropped. That the only way you're going to get a ratio of 3 to 1 is in this form, HH. Both parents are heterozygote, and I missed that. There was a big clue in the question. Right, okay. So a student wants to find out if fruit flies are attracted to rotting fruit. He sets up this apparatus. Rotting fruit, fresh fruit. Lid, glass tank, and you've got flies. He released 20 flies. After 10 minutes, he counted the flies near here. Oh, and flies near here. Near the fresh fruit, there's only 4. Near the rotting fruit, there's a lot more. Name 2 factors that the student should control. So, right, remember what we said, there's an independent variable. Independent variable. That's the one you control. A dependent variable. That's the one you measure after you've carried out the experiment. And then the third one is something called a control variable. Control variable. And you use this to make sure all the other conditions are the same to make the test fair, or even to give you confidence that the one variable you're changing is causing the overall change in the results. So what should he have kept the same? He should have made sure that the same type of fruit, the same mass of fruit in each experiment, or even on this one, yeah, he should have made sure that the species or the flies were the same, but it's the species, the age, the size of the fly, etc. You should have made sure that the temperature was the same. You should have made sure that levels of light and humidity were also the same, because these all affect how quickly the fruit might rot even within that short period of time, or how quickly the scent or the smell will evaporate around the glass container that he's got. Right. Is the result considered to be reliable? Again, there's two ways you can answer this. You can say yes, because he used many flies. Or you could turn around and say no, he did not repeat it. So they're both right. It's only one marker. Right, here we are. Right, we'll see if we can get through this. Right. If you take your chromosomes and put them into, what you have is this diagram where you've got all the chromosomes of a XY. So this is a male. How do we know that? Because you have an X and a Y. We'll ignore this for a second. You're not supposed to have two Y chromosomes. So this is from a male. These are the homologous pairs. The code of the chromosomes. They contain the same genes. So they'll have alleles in there. And these are the same for a man or a woman. A man will have an X and a Y. And if it was a woman, you would have an X and an X. So that would be for a woman. How many chromosomes are shown in this karyotype? So we really should have, look, we should have 23 pairs, and that'll become 23 times 2, 46. But if you look carefully, this here is extra. So we have 47 here. We don't have these, that's in a standard pair. State the sex of the person. We know it's an XY, so it will be a male. Right. A typical human body cell has 46 chromosomes. Here we have 47. An extra Y chromosome. That could have happened for a number of reasons. The rare condition leads to formation of abnormal sperm cells. Name the cell division that produces a sperm cell. So we said a sperm cell is a sex cell, but we call it a gamete, and it's produced in the gonads. The cell division. Name the cell division process. Right, this is not my toe, because my toe is part of my body, so it's not. It's going to be meiosis or meiosis. Come on. Meiosis, yeah. Right, so just how the individual, right, what could have happened here is the chromosomes may have failed to separate. The gamete, which is the sperm cell, may have had an extra chromosome. So it shows up. You could have it a normal egg fertilized by an abnormal sperm. Okay, right, that's it. Okay, I find this a difficult topic because there's not many questions that turn up. So, right, okay, you've got this, and good luck.